What's the biggest unsolved murder in your country? Olof Palme, the Swedish prime minister at the time, was murdered in 1986. The investigation concluded in 2020 that Stig Engström was the murdered, but since he had died in 2000 he couldn't be put on trial and the investigation was cancelled. There was never any physical evidence, and most people believe that Stig was not the actual killer, but there will probably never really be a satisfying conclusion to the case. Madeleine McCann. She's British, but went missing in Portugal. I have no doubt that she was probably murdered shortly after she disappeared. The Jack the Ripper murders. Lake Bottom, Wikipedia.org Wiki Lake Bottom murders, it's unsolved, and it's so famous here it's camping spot popular metal band of Children of Bodom. Barry and Honey Sherman in Canada, https://n.wikipedia.org Wiki Barry Sherman. The Xavier Dupont de Ligons case. Dude killed his family, buried them under their deck, and disappeared, still yet to be found. Maybe Jimmy Hoffa? Probably John Bennett Ramsey. Jill Dando, BBC News reporter shot in head on her doorstep. Barry and Honey Sherman, billionaire couple found dead in their Toronto home. Both were naked by the pool with belts around their necks. The Zodiac Killer murders, or pick just one to fit the question. Elodia, a Romanian lawyer that was murdered by her husband. The body was never found. Arashi Talwar and Hemrej Banjay. Probably the case of the Huel Macejapes n.m.wikipedia.org Wiki Huel girl. We don't even know who she was. The Highway of Tears. Probably not all of them have been murdered, but well over 100 mostly native women have gone missing on a desolate stretch of road in Western Canada. The whole thing is just so awful. Olof Palme, then Prime Minister of Sweden. Still not resolved, and the latest official blame fell on an already deceased person. Les Tours du Brabant, or Brabant's killers I guess. In Belgium I think it's the main one. Unido. Oh boy, we have at least half a dozen high-profile terror attacks in the 60s, 70s, an airplane that was shot down by Redacted during a Redacted, plenty of mafia-related murders commissioned by Top Secret, various compromised people who got suicided, and a dead pope even. Oh, and a bunch of serial killers who might or might not have existed, or were just cover-ups for something more sinister, namely the so-called Monster of Florence and the lesser-known, but even more intriguing, Monster of Bargagli. https://n.wikipedia.org Wiki Missing and murdered indigenous women.